Hi everyone, how's everyone doing? So throughout this week I'm doing videos about like Christmas related topics. I've just gone live over on my Facebook page, Marianne Hanson Counselling Service, where I've talked about avoiding debt at Christmas. So I'm just going to do a shorter version of that video now here. So Christmas is definitely one of the most expensive times of the year. For me definitely is, and I know for lots of people it just feels like nothing ends, like with money. So you've got the going out all the time, you've got buying presents, maybe you've got work dues, maybe you've got when you're traveling around delivering the presents to everyone, then that's costly as well. So I think we can get caught up really into getting debt. So I just want to give you some tips really on avoiding debt at Christmas. So the first thing is, instead of feeling that amount of pressure to, go out to buy like expensive gifts, think about the type of Christmas you want to have and what that will look like. Think about realistically, are your children going to be, angry if you don't get them like the latest bike or the latest like digital devices or whatever it is? Or would they prefer to have a Christmas where everyone is like not stressed, where everyone's happy and where they can create some memories? So the first thing is to set a budget. So set your budget not just for presents, but also for going out and just for the whole of the Christmas season. So you might say to yourself, throughout the Christmas period, I'm not going to spend more than £500. And that includes going out, that includes presents, that includes everything. If you have a budget, it's just easier then for when you're considering what presents you're going to buy for people, you're buying them within that budget. Also, if you've got a creative side of you, you can also implement that as well. You might be someone that is really good at designing Christmas cards, or someone who's really good at, drawing or creating sculptures. You can do all of those things, and that will be really helpful for someone to give as gifts. I would prefer like a personalized gift where someone has spent time creating it than like just buying the latest perfume or whatever it is, if I know that you can't really afford to buy that. So I think you need to consider that as well. Just be more creative, but have a budget. The second thing is choose to go out and choose to be, there's so many events that you're probably going to get invited to, but also you can say no. I mean, I've been out a few times. I've got a few people that I've just said, no, sorry, I can't do anything this year. And then I've got a few people that I'm still waiting for to get back to me. And then I've also got a few things that I can't get out of. I'm looking forward to going to, but also, there's a few where it's like, oh, I've got to do this. And it can become overwhelming because it can be costly because you're paying to get to those locations and things. You're paying when you're at the event. You're paying, you're buying outfits to go to the events. It can get costly. And yes, it's Christmas and you want to enjoy yourself, but there's times where you can still say no. Yes, it's the season of, being merry, being happy, season of giving and all this stuff, but you can decide what your limits and what your boundaries are. So the third thing to think about is think about the few, in the short term, you might be going crazy and buying lots of presents. You might be going overboard, but think about how you're going to feel on Boxing Day. So when you're taking out your credit card, when you're going into your overdraft, when you're taking out loans, where you're using up your savings, where you're just spending money like crazy because you just want to have this fantastic Christmas, think about how you're going to feel as well on Boxing Day. Is it worth it? Is it worth the sacrifice? A lot of people are going to say, well, I'm not thinking about like Boxing Day. I'm not thinking about the first week in January. I'm not thinking about the week after Christmas. Don't forget, there's still another week to go. But you do need to think about those things, because if you're getting into so much debt that you're going to struggle to pay your bills or to do anything or even to eat for that period of time, then that might stop you from spending as much now. So it's about stopping, thinking, reflecting, if in the long term. The other thing to think about is when you're buying some of these presents, who are you trying to impress? Are you buying these fancy things because you're saying, if I don't buy my partner the most expensive item, they're not going to love me, or they're not going to think that I care about them? Are you buying these things for your kids because you want your kids to be happy on Christmas Day, but you can't really afford it? People are not as fickle as we think. If you say to your child that you can't get that Christmas bike today, this Christmas, but I'll get it for you in January, or I'll get it for you on your birthday. But what you can have instead is you can have like a skateboard, or you can have this. They're not going to like break down and have a fit. You know, some children might have set their minds on it that they want the latest iPhone or whatever it is. But you need to be the parent in that situation and not just say, well, because it's Christmas, I'll go overboard and take out debts. The amount of people that get into debt, take out loans and credit cards over the Christmas period is like a lot of people. There's loads of statistics on it, but what you have to think about is, you know, your children, if you're honest with them, they'll be okay. And same as with your partner, if you make it, you can even make little deals between each other that we're not going to spend more than this amount on each other, or this Christmas, what we're going to do instead is this, and then in the new year, we'll treat ourselves to something else. So the final thing is shop around. What I've noticed sometimes is like the delivery, when you buy something online, the delivery charges can actually bump up the price of what you're buying. So it can end up just being, you could have bought another present with that delivery charge. So Amazon isn't the worst, but there are some like places that the delivery charges are so high that you just think, oh, I'm not even going to bother buying anything from that place. Look around, you know, get out there, shop around, look at some, go and walk on your high street. You know, just get out and about and just see what bargains. There's loads of deals at this time of year, so you can find them. So if that's your way of staying out of debt, then it's worth it. Yes, it's going to take more time. Yes, there's going to be crowds. It's Christmas. There is going to be crowds. There's going to be traffic. It's going to be busier. But is it going to be worth it in the end? I think it is sometimes. So they're my tips. And as I said, I've done the live stream on my Facebook page, which you can watch that as well. And I'll be back tomorrow because I'm doing a video every day, all to do with Christmas related topics. So thanks for watching. Bye.